Hello everyone, good evening. Today we are going to start with why the Cascode amplifier is important when it comes to implementation and why not a single stage CE amplifier is being used. Now, there are some important points on Cascode configuration, so let's see why is it more important. Generally, whatever amplifiers we use, we generally use them for better bandwidth, for better output, and for better connectivity to load resistances. So now over here, important points on Cascode. Let's see what one by one. We first need to draw the circuit diagram and write the equations for AV, AI, RI and RO, the one which are being discussed in the previous section. Apart from AI, all the ones are being described previously. AV is nothing but AV2 into AV1. The AV2 was the gain of the second stage and AV1 was the gain of the first stage. Ri was nothing but the input resistance, Ro was nothing but the output resistance. Now, voltage gain in Cascode over here, I'll write it as O. There are some mistakes in the printing thing, so I'll just keep on rectifying them as we proceed in the lecture. Now, voltage gain in Cascode is provided by CB actually, because as you would remember from the previous lecture that in Cascode configuration you have two transistor configuration. One on the left hand side is common emitter configuration, the one on the right is common base configuration. The gain of common emitter configuration was -1, wherein the gain of common base configuration was GM into RC or GM into ZO, whatever the last component in the output section was. Now, voltage gain in the Cascode is provided by CB, the gain of which is given by AV2, which is nothing but HFE2 RC upon HI. HIE is also known as R pi. HFE2 is also known as beta. So beta upon R pi will be giving you GM. This we had discussed in the previous numerical. Now, while CE works as a inverter with unity gain, as we had described in the previous lecture, that the gain of the common emitter configuration is -1. We won't be discussing this point as of now. We'll keep this on hold. If necessary, we'll discuss this point in the numerical. All the parameters of Cascode at MF or mid frequency are same as that of single stage CE. Then also we prefer Cascode due to its higher bandwidth. How? Let's see. Proof for higher bandwidth. Now, let C mu is nothing but a feedback resistor connected between the output and the input. The C mu is given, for example, we have taken a common C mu for both the configuration for single stage CE and for CE of Cascode. Now, let AV be the gain of single stage CE, which is supposed to say -100, but of course we know that for CE of Cascode the gain is approximately -1. Now, C mu is 4 pi, which is nothing but the connection between CBC. If you can see over here, the C mu is a capacitor connected between the base and the collector. Hence, this is also known as CBC. I'll write it down over here also, CBC. C pi is given as 35 picofarad, which is the connection between base and emitter, which is a connection C pi over here. So this will be named as CB. As we know that we will be using Miller theorem in both the cases. In Miller theorem, what did we say? That the connection, whatever might be the connection from input to output, it is being split up into two sections, one at the input and the another at output. So यहाँ पे we have a capacitor C mu which is connected between input base and output collector. The capacitor being C mu or CBC, it is being Millerized into two sections, CMI and CMO, which we haven't discussed over here. We have discussed only CMI. Let's see what it happens. CMI for single stage CE is given by 1 plus AV, or I would say mod of AV into C mu. Now, mod of AV, here we have -100, so mod of AV would give me 100, so 1 plus 100 will be 101 into C mu is 4 picofarad. The resultant is 404 picofarad. Now, CI is given by CMI plus C pi, the one which are occurring at the input section. So it is nothing but 404 plus 35, which is given by 439 picofarad. Now, but of course this number is very large number. When you take it into a reciprocal, when you find out 1 upon, if this is very large, when we substitute over here, FHI over here is given by 1 upon 2 pi RC. If you calculate, the value of this comes down to be very low in number. The frequency turns out to be very less in number. So now, let's see what happens in CE of Cascode. AV is given by 1 upon AV is given as -1. Here also for Miller input capacitance, Miller capacitance or input Miller capacitance, it is given by 1 plus mod of AV into C mu. Mod of AV is given as -1 AV is given as -1, so mod of it will give me 1, 1 plus 1, 2, 2 plus 2 into 4 will give me 8 picofarad. Now when I add this CMI to my CPI, the resultant is nothing but 43 picofarad. Just consider the drop. Hence when I consider the FH over here, it is given the 1 upon 2 pi RC. C is nothing but 43 picofarad. Just understand the logic over here. यहाँ पे मेरे पास जो डिनोमिनेटर है वो काफ़ी बड़ा है, यहाँ पे मेरे पास जो डिनोमिनेटर है वो छोटा है. सो कैन आई से यहाँ पे मेरे पास जो आंसर आएगा वो छोटा होगा और यहाँ पे जो मेरे पास आंसर आएगा वो बड़ा होगा. सिंस CI in CE amplifier is large, hence FHI is less. Since CI over here which is large, my FHI is less, therefore bandwidth is less. But of course, while in Cascode, CI over here, that is nothing but 43 picofarad compared with 439, almost 10 times. CI is less, therefore FHI is more, therefore bandwidth is more. The most important point about Cascode configuration is we have better bandwidth number. More the ratio, more the amount of bandwidth we can use, more the amount of frequencies that we can operate on. But of course, since CI in Cascode is less because gain of CE is -1. Up till here, it's almost important. Don't go through this as of now. It's related to your poles and frequencies. We'll come back to this later while we are done with the numerical. So yes, for today, we are done with why the Cascode configuration is important than my single stage configuration, because my single stage CE in high frequency is giving me very less bandwidth, where in the same configuration, if I consider that in a Cascode configuration, the bandwidth availability is much more. Hence better bandwidth, and hence we always go for CE in the Cascode configuration. So yes, we'll stop over here, and in the next video we'll be going for a numerical. Thank you.